Alright, so this is going to be my review of Godzilla, Rulers of Earth Volume 2. Now, this kicks off immediately where it left off at the end of issue 4 of Volume 1. You know, the end of Volume 1. That's the thing with IDW comics. They usually just collect 4 issues every story. That's really all it is that they collect. Rather than some trades like Marvel and DC, they just collect only 4 issues, whereas sometimes, you know, Marvel will collect up to 5 or 6, or on occasion 8. But this time around, this kicks off right where it left off with the cliffhanger of the kaiju spotter, you know, the kaiju research team going out to find a monster in China after the Chinese government pretty much says, look, you know, we've got this kaiju running around, could you identify it? And it's revealed to be Varan. Yes, Varan the Unbelievable himself. And Varan is not alone. And we are treated to a fight between Varan and Rodan. Yeah, Varan and Rodan get into one hell of a fight. I mean, those two are clearly are just going at it. They're both beating the shit out of each other. And it's revealed that the Chinese government is keeping a kaiju of their own. And that kaiju's name is Gyra. Yeah, Gyra from War of the Gargantuas. As most of you guys know, Rulers of the Earth pretty much introduced all the other kaiju that had never been in the other Godzilla films. They had never been in, even though, you know, Toho said, you know, all of the giant monster movies they do all are part of the same universe. Some of the giant monsters never really intersected, like such as Godzilla, who showed up in the previous issue, and as well as Zilla, who was a recent addition. So they had that. They had, you know, Godzilla and Zilla show up, but they this is the first time, you know, another major Toho monster had appeared. I mean, obviously Varan had been in Destroy All Monsters, and Gyra, Gyra first shows up, but Sonda shows up as well. Sonda shows up at the end. But it's revealed by that the Chinese have been using these harmonic frequencies to summon monsters here and capture them and use them for their military and also to defend against other kaiju. That's what lured Varan and Rodan here in the first place. And however, Gyra was the first one they captured, and they wanted to capture Rodan and Varan as well, but you know they weren't able to. They were only able to capture Gyra, who had pretty much torn his way through the entire all of North Korea. He rampaged through North Korea, and the Chinese government was able to capture him, but they weren't able to capture Sonda. What I also like about when they introduced the Gargantuas is that the Gargantuas, despite the name Gargantuas, they're not the biggest kaiju. They may be humanoid and very intelligent, but they're severely smaller than the other kaiju. In fact, when Gyra goes head-to-head with Varan, after Varan defeats Rodan, doesn't kill him, but yeah, Varan defeats Rodan in a very crushing blow to him, and then, you know, Gyra is freed by the kaiju group, and then Gyra immediately goes after Varan, because Gyra is so aggressive and so just bloodthirsty, he goes after the first thing he sees, not realizing that Varan is twice his size. And it's a brief fight, but I love how they use Gyra's intelligence, and as well as how strong he is despite his size, to easily go head-to-head with Varan. And Varan flies off with Gyra still holding on to him, and Sonda is isn't quick enough to rescue his brother. Who, by the way, Sonda in here, like in the original film, Sonda is trying to rescue his brother, even though, you know, his brother is a psychopath. They kind of mention that in the comic, but they don't really show him eating people. They just show him like killing people and a few other things. But it's still like in the original film that Sonda started out trying to rescue his brother, despite being, you know, a horrible bastard that he is. And this entire issue doesn't have Godzilla till the end, who is still, after his battle, he and Mothra defeated Destroya, is headed out has gone through California and headed to Nevada. This is where, you know, when I get to this issue, this is where I bring up the crippling problem with this comic book. Now, let me say this. I absolutely love Godzilla Rulers of Earth. It is a great comic book. I think it's just completely fantastic, and it is nothing short of for Godzilla fans, by Godzilla fans, like I have said in the past. However, this is where we have a bit of a problem. The problem being is that it feels really rushed. Everything just feels like, oh, you know, this story plot, whatever, because Gigan's attacking Las Vegas, and he's been upgraded to his final war state. He's been upgraded to his final wars form. And why is he attack? And it's also kind of shown the Cryogs, the aliens who are controlling Gigan and gave him his upgrades, are attacking Las Vegas, and preferably Area 51, to find Orga. Yeah, this is the Orga's first appearance in comic book form, and the Cryogs want to use Orga in their monster militia. That's what I'm calling it now. And they want to use Orga and Gigan to defeat Godzilla, and Godzilla is already on his way there. But however, the Earth Defense Force has built a new mech, Mogira. Yeah, this is also Mogira's first comic book appearance, I believe. And Godzilla and Mogira team up to fight, inadvertently team up to fight Orga and Gigan. And here's the thing. Orga gets it, Mogira gets his... The moment Mogira shows up, he puts in a few good hits there, but in the end, he gets his ass kicked. Mogira gets his ass kicked. And it's still under... It's not with the Mysterians, it's not like in the Mysterians, it's more along the lines of Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, that this is a updated version of another mech they've created. Earth has created. And Orga easily defeats them, but however, it's revealed that Orga's uncontrollable and actually tries to eat Gigan. But Gigan's like, fuck you, and stabs him through the head. And Godzilla is clearly outmatched by both Gigan and Orga. But then comes Help. Help in the form of the greatest character in this comic book series, second only to Godzilla. That character, or kaiju if you will, is Jet Jaguar. Yeah, Jet Jaguar shows up in this volume, and apparently in the third volume he does something epic there. Jet Jaguar in here, in Godzilla Rulers of Earth, is a badass. Jet Jaguar is amazing, and I've always been a fan of Jet Jaguar. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like Jet Jaguar. I've always loved Jet Jaguar, of how corny he is. But this makes him badass. Like, the first thing he does when he shows up to help Godzilla battle Gigan and Orga, he flies into Orga's mouth super tiny, and then grows super large and blows up Orga from the inside out. Orga's still alive and still trying to regenerate, but yeah, he does the most badass thing ever. He flies, it flies into Orga's mouth, into his stomach, and grows super large and then blows out around him. And then Godzilla and Jet Jaguar give the biggest ass-kicking to Gigan ever. And the Cryogs at this point are kind of like, well, shit, we're kind of screwed, and we don't have the resources. Gigan's fled. Orga is completely damaged. He's too damaged to fight, and and Gigan's run off. We don't have any monsters to protect us. And we also find out that the Cryogs know and fear Jet Jaguar. Now, the thing about this is that Jet Jaguar's origin is kind of kept up in the air, at least so far in the comic, because Jet Jaguar is apparently known by the Cryogs. He is known by them, and it's kind of hinted that maybe he was created by them, just subtly, hinted that he's, the Cryogs may have had a hand in creating Jet Jaguar. But no, when Jet Jaguar shows up and beats Orga in just one fell swoop, the Cryogs are like, oh shit, him! And he also gives the great thumbs up. Oh, I love that scene. And that's nothing compared to what Jet Jaguar does in the next volume when he goes head-to-head with Destroya. Yeah, Gigan fights Destroya in the next volume, along with Godzilla finally fighting both the Gargantuas. But anyway, at the final part of this story, we have the Cryogs trying to get the Devonians to help, but the Devonians reveal, you guys needed us more than we needed you. And to do that, we've created Biollante from Godzilla's DNA. But here's the thing, Biollante just shows up at the same time Godzilla does. They have a pretty cool fight, but it's quick. And here's where we get to see Godzilla's true intelligence. Godzilla is knocked into a volcano, and he has this facial expression when he sees the lava. He's like, light bulb. And then proceeds to blow open the volcano and start melting Biollante. As my good friend Zazubar once said, to quote this victory over Biollante, you plus lava equals Screonk, bitch. Anyway, again, really great volume. I absolutely love it. All in all, really good comic. I absolutely love it. I think it's, again, even though it's I feel like, to me, it's a fast read, maybe because I read faster than most people. The action scenes are really well done. I feel like this is still a great comic book, regardless of how fast it reads. If you're a Godzilla fan, you'll absolutely love it. Like I've said before, and like my good friend Zazubar has said, it's for Godzilla fans by Godzilla fans. And I can't wait to read the third volume, even though, I know it's out, I just haven't been able to find it and get it, because that's the volume where we have Jaguar fight Destroya, we have Godzilla fight the Gargantuas, and get into a battle with Titanosaurus, Ghidorah, and Manda all at once. So, yeah, I find it is a really great comic book, and I highly recommend it if you're a Godzilla fan. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.